Am I live? I'm live. Live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live, y'all. Grand rising, everybody. How y'all doing on tonight? I hope everybody's doing great. Listen, we're gonna get into some things. We're gonna get into it. Y'all see the title. Stop playing with me. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Share the video. What else is it? Subscribe. Of course, subscribe to the channel. And all that good shit. Okay? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. No. It don't cost you nothing to like, share, and subscribe. So do that for me, please. Oh, and by the way, leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let's talk about it. Okay? Now, we can break into some things. Y'all, I was up here eating sushi. Yeah. How many of y'all like sushi? This is what I'm eating tonight. Can y'all see it? Uh-oh. I'm using a new stream. I like it, but I gotta get used to it. I gotta figure it out. I got to figure it out. Anyway, I don't think it's showing too good, y'all. Sushi. Where sushi. I'm eating some sushi. Yeah, it's good too, and it's fresh. Let me tell you something. I'm not really a sushi lover, but I like sushi when it's fresh. When they done fixed it and it's nice and fresh, hey, I can roll with it, rock with it, roll with it, rock with it. Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. And this sushi is fresh. It's really fresh. Mm-mm-mm. Woo! It's fresh, y'all. It's fresh. Good and fresh. Ain't nothing like fresh sushi. If I'm gonna eat it, it's got to be fresh, or I'm not gonna eat it. But this is fresh. Every time I go to Giants, they always, well, my daughter loves sushi, right? And so when she get it, she the same way. If it ain't fresh, she ain't gonna eat it. So when we go get the sushi, most of the time, that's the only place she'll get it from. Because every time we go to get it, it's fresh. It's good and fresh, you know? Mm-hmm. Give me a minute, you guys. Let's talk while I eat, and then we're going to get into it. Okay? Please tap in, tap in, tap in. I'm going to have another good live for y'all. Y'all see the title. Self-control. We're going to talk about it. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about this. And I'm going to go as deep as I can with y'all. See? This sushi's good. And like I said, I eat it, but I'm not a lover. My daughter is a sushi lover. I'm not a sushi lover like her, but I do eat it, as long as it's fresh. And I only eat two kinds. I forgot what they were. Let me see what this thing is, so I can share it with y'all. I only eat two kinds of sushi. I like the tempura shrimp roll. Okay? And they're kind of pricey too. Sushi is it's pricey. They done really went up. They wasn't this pricey, but they pricey now. They quite pricey. And the California roll. the two I eat. I don't mess around with nothing else. And like I said, it's got to be fresh. My cat getting on my nerves. It's got to be fresh, y'all. You can't fit in there. He's trying to get in a box and he can't even fit in. But anyway, yeah, it's got to be fresh. Mm-hmm. Just give me a second, y'all. We're gonna get into it. This is gonna be another good conversation like it was last night. If you missed the video last night, go back and check it out. I didn't mean for it to be as long as it was, but it was good conversation, and I was giving y'all some good information on there. You know. So if you didn't get to see it, go see it. Go look at it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talked about the lack of loving, the lacking of self love. That's what we talked about last night, and it was deep. And I gave y'all some really really good information. Follow me on fan base, good people, because I'm getting ready to start teaching over there. I'm getting ready to start mentoring. You subscribe for $4.99. It costs $4.99. Go ahead over there and subscribe so you can get in on the program. So you can be tapped in. Right? Because like I tell y'all all the time, look, invest in yourself. Especially when it's something good. When you're trying to do something to better yourself, invest in it. Okay? I'm not just saying it because I'm doing it. Even if it's not with me. Somebody that's really, really giving you some information about self-development and can really help you, and really change your life, then tap in. Tap in. It ain't gotta be just with me. Anybody that's on top of that. And I know what I teach work because I worked it and it worked for me. You just got to put the work in. Mm-hmm. You just got to make up in your mind that you want change. You got to make up in your mind that you tired of being that person, that same person that you have been being, and you want to change because you want to do better and you want to be better. That's all you gotta do is make your mind up. That's what you want to do. That's it, and that's all. You see what I'm saying? And so once you make your mind up, you go ahead with it. Tap in. The ebook is almost ready. Oh my, that ebook is gonna be something. Mm-mm-mm. Love you, man. I know you feel like that. I don't, but I do. Excuse me for a minute, y'all. I have to answer this. This from my son. I had to answer that. It's from my son. Okay, now listen. Back to what I was saying. I apologize, y'all. It was from my son, and what he said, I had to respond. Um, um, listen. I got some stuff for y'all tonight. I got some stuff for y'all tonight. I got 355 subscribers. I'm looking for y'all. Where are you? Where are you? Tap in. I'm looking for all of you. Y'all follow me, but y'all don't never tap in. But I appreciate the follow. But I would like to, you know, I would like to see some of y'all, meet you and stuff, and we get to know each other. I don't want you to just follow me and I don't want you to just follow me and that's it. I would like to get to know you and, tap into the things I talk about if you're interested. You know, I'm not a messy person, so I apologize if that's what it is, if that's what's keeping you from, you know, being a part of my lives and stuff. I'm not a messy person. I don't gossip and, you know, it's just not a part of me. I mean, I'm not apologizing for it, but it's not a part of me. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you subscribing to me. I really do. All right, y'all. I'm about finished eating. We can get into it. Wait a minute. I was texting my narrator, my moderator. I mean, listen. Self control. Mm-mm-mm. How many of you got self control? I know a lot of you don't. You ain't faking me out. I know a lot of you don't have it. I know you don't. But I'd be glad when you make up in your mind to have it. That's a part of starting to love yourself, is having self control. Self control. Self control. Let's talk about it. Self control. Thank you, my moderator. I appreciate you. Um, let's talk about it. Self control, because self control plays a part in our whole life, right? It really do. It plays a part in so many areas of our life. Um, on the job, it plays a part. Yeah, I know you might be saying, "How's that on the job? Self control?" Yeah, yeah. Cause guess what? When the boss make you mad, right? If the boss say something to make you mad, you don't just spaz out. You control yourself, right? Cause you don't want to get fired. Okay, that's self control. That's self control, people. When you're on the job, you go on the job, you come in there, and the boss say something to you out the way, or something like that, and it pisses you off. Oh yeah, it makes your hair stand up on the back of your neck. But do you spaz out? No, no, you don't. You control. That self-control kick in, don't it? And you that self-control kicks in, and you control yourself so that your ass don't get fired. That's a part. That's self-control. Okay. Another thing of self-control is being a mom or a dad. Because sometimes your kids can do stuff to you that'll make you want to just go crazy. But you don't, right? You control yourself. That's a form of self-control. I'm just giving you an idea of self-control, how self-control plays a big part in your life. Okay? Okay, now we get ready to go somewhere else with this. I talk about self-development, okay? Self-love, self-growth, self-worth, right? All that fit up under there. Okay, but today we're talking about self-control. So, we all have times when we control ourselves, and then we have times where we don't want to control ourselves, right? Like when you meet somebody and y'all end up going to his house or going to your house and things get heated, some of you lose self-control and you end up sleeping with that person, right? You lose self-control. That's when self-control go out the window. Is when both of you get hot and heated and you just let things happen. You let the chips fall where they may. And sometimes that plays a part, right? When you do that, what happens is, wait a minute, y'all. When you do that, that plays a part in things happening, other things happening. Like you ending up pregnant, right? Or you could catch a disease, right? But at the time, some of us, we don't even think about that. Let me tell you something. And sometimes when situations like that happen, sometimes it's because you don't be feeling good about yourself, and that attention makes you feel good at that moment. Does that make sense? That attention that you giving makes you feel important. That attention that you getting at that moment has caused you to let self-control go right out the window. You don't even think about getting pregnant. You don't think about catching a disease or none of that. All you know is at that moment, you thinking he wants you. He thinking you want him. And y'all just let the chips fall where they may. Right? Because sometimes the way you're feeling about yourself in the inside causes you to do things like this. Causes you to have this type of behavior. Causes you to lose control because of the way you feel about yourself. Okay? We're going back to that lacking of self-love. If you didn't see that video, you need to go back and check it out because there was a lot of nuggets in there. We're going back to the lacking of self-love, right? That can cause you to lose control, your self-control. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm breaking it down for you because I want you to understand that I understand what I'm talking about. That I'm not just blowing smoke out my ass, okay? But the way you feel about yourself at that moment causes you to let self-control go right out the window. Or the way he feeling about himself allows his self-control to go right out the window. Because let's be clear. Let's be clear. A lot of times, our men, when they get a hard on, they all their self control go right out the window. And I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about some of them. Some of our men have a tendency that when they get a hard, all their self control go right out the window. Not only that, though, sometimes the way they feeling about their self causes them to lose self control also. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because that attention they getting at that moment got them feeling like, got their ego going. This girl want me. She want me. She on me big time. Yeah. That is, listen, it goes both ways, y'all. When it comes to uh self-development, it's for men and women. It's not just a woman thing and it's not just a man thing. This thing go both ways. Okay? It's for men and women. This is one of the ways that we uh grow. Okay? These are some of the things that we do to grow so that we can become more mature and we can become better people and do better. Okay? So, hold on, let me wet my whistle. This is cranberry juice. It's not wine. So, okay. And so, I lost my thought. Okay, self-control, self-control. Okay, so yeah. So, some of us do. We lose our self-control because at that moment, we feel like he want me. She feel like he feel like she want me. She feel like he want me. That attention has made y'all self-control go right out the window. Because back to what I was saying, some of y'all are lacking self-love. So that attention makes you feel good for that moment. It makes you feel good. And let me tell you something about women. Let me tell you about some women. Some women do it, but afterwards they feel ashamed. They feel, oh man, so many of those emotions and feelings flare up after the fact. They went along with it that moment because they felt good. Somebody wants me. Somebody is giving me some attention. Okay? And so for that moment, they let that self-control go. They didn't think about that self-control for that moment because they was getting some attention from someone and they needed that because of how they feel about themselves. They needed that attention. They needed that attention. And so self-control went right out the window. But after the fact, a lot of women feel ashamed. They feel, you know, they feel used, because they feel like that because the way they feeling about their self is what played a part in this. Okay? They don't feel good about their self, so what they do is they allow their self-control, they let it go a lot of times. Because just the attention that they getting makes them feel good about their self. Just for that moment. If it's only for that moment. Right? But afterwards is when their feelings and emotions and stuff kick in. And it happens to men too. It happens to men too. I'm not, like I say, I might speak on a woman because I am a woman. So I may state, women, but this is for men and women. Okay? And so, After she, after things happen, she goes into her emotions and feelings flaring up and feeling, she be feeling something, feeling real, really feeling things, after the fact. It was okay when it was going on. But then afterwards, she feels something, especially if the guy doesn't call her or, you know, reach out to her anymore. She really feels some type of way then because she was already feeling like, feeling bad about herself. And then this come along and happen. So now she's feeling even worse about herself. You see what I'm saying? That's come from lack of self-love. When you don't have that self-love, I'm telling y'all, you end up in so many different situations because of the lack of self-love. Okay? We're talking about self-control, but I'm trying to give you an idea how self-control play into self-love. It all comes together at the end of the day. So that's what I'm trying to. I want y'all to get an idea of how all this play in together. Some of us, we don't stop and think, or we don't stop and find out enough information to see what we're really dealing with. And that's why things keep happening the way they keep happening. Because you need to just stop. Stop. And let that stuff go. Get out of the relationship. Stop trying to hook up with people. All that. And just deal with yourself. Deal with yourself. That's that self-control. That's that self-control that some of y'all need to deal with, need to have, right? You need self-control so that you can tap into yourself and figure out what's really going on with you. How can you fix it? What things can you do to fix you? Hey, and if you want more and you want to find out more about this, go and subscribe on my channel on Fanbase. I am getting ready to start a course over there, a class, which will be dealing with self-development. I have an ebook that's getting ready to hit. Okay? And if you really into wanting to change you and become a better you, that's where you need to find me at, on Fanbase. And go over there and subscribe. It's only $4.99 to subscribe to my channel over there. It's a subscription. But you're going to get it all in that subscription. And this is a lifetime thing, y'all. This is a journey. This is something that you can stay into forever because it will help you. That class will be there to help you along the way. Does that make sense? It will help you along the way. It's not something that's going to be there today. And the only way it won't be there if God say it's time. It's my time. My time is up here. That's the only way that I won't be there. But other than that, it's something that I like teaching because the things that I'm teaching you, I'm not teaching you something that I read out of a book. And that's okay. People can still give you good information even though they read it out of a book. But I noticed that some people like it when they know the person done been through it themselves. You understand what I'm saying? And I've been through it. And I'm teaching you what you can do to change your life and to begin to love you. You know? And a lot of times, self-control, we need that. Especially at the beginning, right? When we start trying to figure out what's going on with us. You gotta have that self-control. And when I say you need to have that self-control, I'm talking about you need to have self-control because you need to cut off the relationships. You need to keep your pants up and stay out of people's beds. Right? Because that can haunt you too. See, y'all don't realize that when you be sleeping with this one and sleeping with that one, this stuff carries spirits. Right? I'm serious. It carries spirits. When you go and lay down with a man, he probably, say for instance, he done been with about 20 women before he got to you, or 50. Right? And spirits. those spirits, and he laid down with them 50 unprotected, and now he they're laying up with you unprotected, and you won't be the last. He gonna keep on going, and spirits can play a big part in this. They really can, and you'll be wondering what's wrong with you, and what be going on with you is the spirits that this man is bringing to you. All the spirits he bringing to you, they real. Them spirits is real. So you need to be careful. But anywho, you need to have self-control. When you first start this journey of self-development, you need to let yourself to tap in with self-control, right? Because you need to cut off all those relationships because they bad anyway. Especially if they bad relationships. You need to get out of it and get rid of it. Anything that's toxic in your life, you need to get rid of it. And you're going to have self-control in order to do just that. Because you're not going to be able to hold on to toxic stuff, right? And think you're going to be able to make change. You're not going to be able to hold on to toxic people and think you're going to be able to make change. It's not going to happen. Because you are toxic yourself due to childhood traumas. Childhood traumas got you all jacked up. If it ain't childhood traumas, it's something that's got you broken and damaged, right? And the last thing you need is to be hanging around people that's just like you, because you ain't gonna never get it together. If you keep on hanging around people that's like you, you'll never get it together. You got to be willing to let all that go and just tap into you. That's what you got to be willing to do, is to let that stuff go and tap into you. So what's going to help you do that? Self-control. Self-control. You see how all that stuff come together? We talked about the lacking of self-love yesterday, and now we're at self-control. You see how that come together? The lacking of self-love come with self-control, or self-love connecting with self-control. You see how those things connect together? But like I tell you all the time, self-development is a journey. It is so many parts to self-development. It's a lot of parts to it. Like body parts. You see how we got our hands, we got our arms, we got our legs, brain, this, that, the other. With self-development, right? You got self-love, you got self-control, you got self-growth, you got self-worth, you got self-confidence. See how that works? All that come together. It comes together. And so we just dealing with self-control tonight. So you have to figure out a way to have self-control so that you can tap into you and find out what's going on with you. You see what I'm saying? If y'all need one-on-one mentor, you can reach out to me for that too. But you need to tap into yourself, because you want to get to a point where so you can do better and be better, right? And you definitely gonna have to have self-control, especially at the beginning. And it's gonna be kind of hard because you so used to doing what you've been doing. Now you gotta step on the brake, right? You gotta step on that brake. And the way things gonna be going, it's gonna be like you wanna do it, but you know how you lift your foot up, and you know how somebody cut in front of you and you step on the brake real hard to try to keep from hitting them. That's how it's gonna be when you first start out, right? When you first start out and trying to start on the journey of self-discovery, okay? That's how it's gonna start out. You're going to need self-control. But because you are so used to doing whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to be stepping on that brake sometime. You're going to find yourself get ready to do something, and then you're going to be like, right? You're going to step on that brake because you're going to start thinking, I can't do this. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to find out about me and work things out so I can begin to love me, so I can be comfortable in my skin. And you're going to find a sense of peace when all this is, listen, when you go through this, trust the process. This is a journey, good people, and you have to trust the process. But when you go through this, you're going to find a sense of peace. You're going to find a sense of peace, and you're going to feel so good about yourself. As you go through it, you're going to start to feel so good about yourself. You really are. You're going to feel the shift when it starts happening. And so, back to what I was saying, though. So, when you get ready to do something, you know you're not supposed to do it, right? And you're trying to have self-control. And it's hard. It's going to be hard, kind of hard, because you're so used to just giving in. You're used to giving in, but now you're trying to change. You're trying to make a change. And you don't want to keep giving in to things that's not good for you. So sometimes you might be getting ready to, and then you step on that brake real hard, right? It's going to jerk you, right? But it's going to have you thinking. You're going to, that light bulb going to go off, or that siren in your head going to go off. And you're going to start to think. It's going to make you think. And then you'll probably change your mind from what you was getting ready to do. You see what I'm saying? But it's not going to be easy, y'all, because at the beginning you're so used to, you're so caught up in stuff that you are used to doing whatever it is that you want to do. You just go along with it. Regardless of how you may feel after the fact, some of you just go along with it. So it's going to make you feel some kind of way, but guess what? If you keep reminding yourself of what you're trying to do, you're going to find that the more you go on and the more you stop yourself and go in the right direction, it's going to get easier after a while. You're going to be okay with saying, no, that's all right. I'll holler at you some other time. I'll let you some other time. That's okay. And you're going to be proud of yourself because you was able to do that. See, when you caught up, right, when you don't love yourself, your mind have you thinking that you can't do this and you can't do that, you can't do the other. Because it wants to keep you in a place. See, the devil is busy all the time. And it wants to keep you in a place where as though you're always doubting yourself and you're always thinking that you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But you can. But you can. And if you ride the wave with me, I'm going to show you can do it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to pull you through. I'm going to help you through now. Stop playing with me. I'm going to get you from A to Z. And it's not going to be as hard as you think it is. Once you go over there and subscribe to get your subscription to the class, right? You're going to see that having that group of people that's trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do, you're going to find that it's going to feel a lot better because you have some support. You see what I'm saying? See, things feel better to you when you're doing them when you got support behind you. Because some of you are not used to having support. Nobody wants to support you. Some of you don't have no support. But if you get in the class, you're gonna find that you're gonna feel better about what you're doing. Because first of all, you're gonna look around and say, damn, I ain't the only one been feeling like this. I ain't the only one been feeling, feeling like I don't love myself, and and everything I do is wrong, or something is wrong with it. You know, you're gonna look around and see you're not the only one. And it's okay. It's okay that you're not the only one. But see, sometimes we gotta learn that, sometimes we gotta learn that even if we have to stand by ourselves and do something, we'll stand by ourselves and do it. Long as we get it done, and long as that we tap into ourselves to make ourselves a better self. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you can't depend on somebody else helping you or somebody else being there for you. When you know there's something wrong, right? You just got to be willing to stand on business for yourself. And let me tell you something about that. Lacking self-love will keep you stagnated. Right? When you don't love yourself enough, when you don't love yourself, right? You can't see yourself doing better things for yourself. You can't. You can't see yourself changing because of the lack of self-love. The lack of self-love make you feel so negative about yourself. It really do. But you gotta push forward. Regardless, you gotta learn to push forward. Whether somebody's with you, riding with you or not, you have to learn that if you got something that's going on with you and you need to fix it, you got to make up in your mind that I don't care if somebody's standing with me or not. I need to fix this. I need to fix myself. I need to get this right. I need to get right with myself. And that's what you need to do. But with the class that I'm going to be teaching, it's going to make it better because you're going to have people in there that's trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do. Okay? I feel like I got something in my eye. Yeah, you're going to have people in there that's going to be feeling the same way you feeling. You know what I mean? Because they are lacking self-love. They lacking self-love, and so are you. And you're not going to be able to look down on somebody because all of y'all in the same situation and you're trying to do the same thing. And that's learn to love yourself. And like I said, I'm not somebody that's on here just trying to blow smoke up your ass. I'm telling you, I'm coming from being truthful, direct to the point. Like I said, if you want to be a part of it, go to Fanbase and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Because we are really going to be getting into some things. We are really going to be getting into some things, y'all. Like I said, we might be crying some days. Some days we might be crying. Some days we might, be angry. Like when you're trying to get yourself together, right? It brings it brings different what I was getting ready to say. It brings different, it makes you feel different things. Like it really do. When you are doing something trying to make change for yourself, right? Some days you feel good about what you're doing, and some days you feel like saying, oh, the hell with it, you know? But you don't want to give up. You want to make change because you want to be a better you, you know? I want to give y'all the definition. I want to give y'all the definition of self control too, because I want you to know what it means. I can tell you in my own words, but I want to what is wrong with my why's my thing acting up? Oh man, I don't know what's going on here. This is I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's not doing nothing for me. That's crazy. Hold on, what is happening here? I don't understand. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Maybe I'm not putting it in right. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. The ability to control one's self, in particular one's emotions and desires, or the expression of them in one's behavior, especially in difficult situations. Okay? Okay, which means you need to be able to control how you respond to shit, basically. That's all it's saying. You need to know how to respond to certain situations that you get into. That's having self control. You know, you need to learn how to keep your pants up. That's self control. Okay? Because, see, some people think that, oh, some people don't even think about self control when these things are going on. But some people feel like that's love. when somebody wants to just bang you. You know, that's love. It's not. It's not. Let me enlighten you. It's not. It's not. It don't have nothing to do with that. You know, it don't have nothing to do with that. You know, for real. And I want to put it another way too, as far as self control. Having self control has a lot to do with your feelings. Okay? You need to learn that just because you feel something doesn't mean you have to act on it. That's part of having self control too. And y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, you kissing and stuff on somebody and they y'all rubbing on each other. Y'all start feeling, feeling those feelings, right? And now you ready to react. No, having self control is being able to control that. That's the same thing like when you get married or you in a relationship with someone. You have to learn how to control yourself. You really do. You gotta learn how to control yourself. Not be running around on your woman. You know, respect her enough not to be running around on her. That's self control. You know. And I'm gonna tell you something. Some people say it's hard for them to do that, but let me tell you something. It's not hard for a lot of women to do it. A lot of women, I know a lot of women that get with their man and they be with that man for a long time and they stay with him. They don't run around sleeping with this one and sleeping with that one. You know, they have self control. But some of you, like I said, are lacking self love. And so you do this, you do these type of things, these type of behaviors because you're feeling some kind of way about yourself. Your inner self is feeling some type of way. You know? Like for real. You feeling some type of way about yourself. It's the reason why some of y'all do this, do these type of behaviors. Because there's something going on within you that's got you feeling like, oh, if you do this, this will make you feel like this. If you do that, that will make you feel like this. And let me tell you something. It may make you feel like that for a minute or a few seconds, right? But what you was feeling originally will come back. Because you haven't gotten to the deep issue, the deep rooted issue that you need to get to figure out why you doing that. What's making you keep doing that? You got to get to the deep root, the deep rooted stuff that's going on with you. You have to, so that you can stop doing it. Okay? Yes. For those of you, like I said, self development is important for all of us. All of us. It's not just for me. It's something that we all should be trying to do for ourselves to make ourselves better people. And you should always be doing something for yourself to make you feel better about you. Some of us are doing stuff to make somebody else feel better. We feeling like shit on the inside, but we doing stuff to make somebody else feel better. No, that's not how that goes. You should be doing stuff to make you feel better. Okay? telling you. But we got some more to talk about, y'all. It's a lot to this. That's why I said I was gonna go ahead and start the classes, because it's a lot to this. And I wanna, start the classes so that I can really get into the nitty gritty. So I hope that y'all go on over on fan base and get your subscription, so you can come on to the class, so you can make some changes in your life. You're gonna be surprised of how you feel once you figure this all out. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you figure it all out, right? And get you on the right path to where you can take off running. I can get you there. You just got to put your best foot forward. And you got to say, I'm willing to listen and unlearn and relearn. Right? Because that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be unlearning and relearning. And I'm telling you, when you get there, you're going to feel so good. You're going to feel so, so good. It's a never ending. This thing never ends when it comes to self-development. It's a never ending process. Like I say, it's a journey. But it's good to see people change and become better people. I'm going to share something with y'all right quick. I was up here and I stopped in my tracks and I started, something popped up on my phone. I stopped in my tracks and I started to text. I've been through some things in my life, right? With my boys, right? And my oldest son, he's kind of distant from everybody. He's like distant, he stays to himself a lot. And me and him have had our talks. We've cried, Um, and lately, I just leave him alone because I be feeling like he don't really want to be bothered. So lately, I just been leaving him alone, and just leaving him alone. Um, because I feel like if he, you know, if it is me, eventually I guess he'll come and talk to me. If it's not me, I guess eventually he'll come and talk to me. And well, he sent me a text, and it startled me, it stagnated me, and that's why I paused. But one thing I reminded him of is that can't none of my children do nothing to me to stop me from loving them. Whether it's good or bad, they can't do nothing that's gonna make me stop loving them. Okay? Even if it came to it, a thing, something happening, and I had to cut them off, cut one of my children off, right? That doesn't mean I don't love them. It doesn't mean I don't love them. It's just that whatever that scenario was, I just had to cut them off. But that I still love them. I still will be there for them. And I still would try to take somebody's head off their shoulders if they hurt them or try to hurt them or harm them in the yeah, because they still my kids, you know um so I just gave my son his space, you know um and he texted me just not too long ago, and it kind of stagnated me, and so I texted him back, you know you know listen, I pray all the time. I talk to God, right? because I've done the best I can do. And I keep trying to do better, right? I still I still try to do better. Um, but like I told him, no matter what, can't nothing stop me from loving you. Nothing. You know? So to let him know whether it's me or whether it's something else, nothing will stop me from loving my son. Nothing. And I don't know if I was, I don't know what made him text me because, like I say, I don't really bother him, because I'm the type, I don't want to keep reaching out and you're not reaching out. And I don't want to feel like I'm bothering you, like I'm, you know, harassing you rather. But it's alright. It's alright. Um, I needed to hear what he had to say, and so I'm okay with it. You know, um, God has His way of doing things in our lives, right? You just gotta give it to Him, and you gotta let Him work it out. You can't say you're gonna give it to Him and then you put your hands in it. You know, you just gotta give it to Him, and you gotta let Him work it out for you. And it's just that simple. You know. Um, some of us, we run around here and we want to, we want to look for this one. We want to look for somebody to save us. We want to, and nobody's coming to save you but God. All I can tell you is stop listening to people telling you that God is not real. Stop listening to people telling you, you know, that God ain't going to do this and that and the other. I don't listen to none of that. You need to find out for yourself. You need to read the word. I read the Sefer. I read the Sefer. You need to read the word. Read the word and find out for yourself if God real or not. I'm going to leave y'all with this. Would you want to go to hell in a handbasket from listening to other people? Or would you want to try and read the word for yourself, right? And find out for yourself if God is real or not. Right? Because if you keep listening to other people tell you that God not real and God is this and God is that, you're going to hell in a handbasket just from listening to other people. But if you reach out on your own and pick up this book or the Bible and start reading it for yourself and finding out if God real or not, you got a better chance of getting in them gates, doing it like that, than you do listening to other people. You keep listening to other people tell you God ain't this and God ain't that, and you're going to find yourself going to hell. Get into the word and find out for yourself if God is real or not. And stop depending on people. Because people will lead you down a dark path. And they'll be laughing while you going down that dark path. So you got that choice. I'm going to leave you with that. It's up to you. It's up to you at the end of the day. Because I'm going to tell you this much. When judgment day come, nobody will be standing there but you. Them people that told you that God wasn't real and God was this and God was that. Guess what? They're going to be gone on about their business. Or they might be to change their life around. They might be getting in them gates. But they told you, you listen to them telling you what wasn't real, that God wasn't real, and God is this and God is that. You better stop. You better start reading that book and find out for yourself if he real. Stop listening to people. Because people might tell you anything. That's what I be saying about this internet. Because so many of you, and y'all, and some of you, it's got a little age on you. And you be on here and you be listening to this stuff. And a lot of this stuff don't even be true. But because some of you don't want to do research and you don't want to look it up on your own and find out what's going on, you just run with stuff. You just run with it. All I can tell you is that y'all better stop. You better stop. You better start finding out what God is really all about. Start reading the word for yourself and stop looking for somebody. Stop looking for people to save you. That's what you better stop doing. Stop looking for people to save you. That's all I can tell you. Start reading that word and finding out who God really is and what he all about. He'll let you know if he real or not. But are you ready for that though? That's the thing. Maybe you're a little scared or fearful to find out if he's real or not. So you rather take your chances and go to hell in a handbasket than for you to go ahead and find out if he real or not. Because he gonna let you know if he real or not. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Right. I didn't mean for this to be this long. But anyway, I had to say what I had to say. Yeah, my son just he startled me, had me stagnated for a minute. But God is good all the time. He works it right out for you. He really do. Hey, I love y'all. And I hope that the things that we're talking about on here, I hope that it's helping people and it's making you do some reflecting on wanting to be a better person and wanting to do better as well as be better. And like I said, go there on Fanbase and sign up for the subscription. It's only $4.99 because a lot of my information is going to be up under there, and it's not going to I'm not going to be putting so much information out here. I'm going to start putting it on there. I'll be still doing little videos and stuff, but I won't be putting a lot of my information out here. You'll have to get it under there in order for you to get it. But please like, share, and subscribe. Hit your notification bell. Make sure it says all so that when I go live, you will get notified. As always, don't forget to repent and pray because you never know when it's your last day. I'll holler at you all on the next one.